I'm skipping class today to teach you guys about art and architecture. Following the baby boom of the 60s and 70s and the previous decades of the 1980s architecture styles took elements from all the previous decades and really combined them all together in one. Come along and see for yourself. This is a colonial style house.
Colonial style homes were generally symmetrical in design with proportionate, evenly spaced windows, complemented by chimneys, columns, compact landscaping, and light colored siding around the exterior. The architectural style was generally box shaped, prefaced by a paneled door and surrounded by delicate crowning and column work around the facade of the house.
It's so hot out. Many families in the 1980s also selected their housing styles based on functionality purposes and their own way of life. Dude, the farmhouse is a great example of that. Check it out. Farmhouse!
The farmhouse was modeled after the Victorian and colonial styles of architecture and featured large open porches that wrapped around the exterior of the house. It was asymmetrical in design and originally intended for functionality purposes on a rural plot, but later evolved into a definitive design feature involving intricate details constructed around the porch and shutters. The farmhouse was generally situated on farms and rural areas where there was not much city life or daily commuters.
Gnarly.
Dude, is there some word for a girl dude?
Dudette? The final housing style we will be exploring is the townhouse. This style of housing involves really tightly compact houses with small landscaping space and outside living area in exchange for more dwellings in a more compact plot. Check this out. These are townhouses!
The townhouse was an attractive design to urban, crowded areas by lower middle class families and architects themselves due to the style's financial convenience. It was constructed in rows immediately next to one another, usually 2 stories of traditional layout within the interior and with minimal yard space around the exterior of the house. The townhouse seemed to be the best design for middle-sized families due to its affordability and efficiency.
It is blistering out here.
Dude.
Dude. Modern architecture! Modern architecture! Modern architecture! 1980s style art blurred the lines between traditional romanticism and postmodernism. It was really a radical change in today's society with types of art such as street art, postmodernism, and brutalism in architecture, and contemporary art arising very frequently. There is art in there.
Wait.
We are going to an art gallery right now.
During this time period, there existed many numerous styles of art which gained popularity due to their radical designs and forms of expression. Photography included highly saturated images often resembling advertisements, edited and modified to reveal the unjust ideologies behind their inspirations and to criticize any of society's prejudices. Photography interrogated female stereotypes, openly depicted sexuality, and raised awareness of the AIDS virus. The style of neo-expressionism probed Nazi fascism to create distorted paintings and grotesque depictions of humans, and often spawned political violence and criticism from mainstream society. It fostered the transition of modernism to postmodernism and reintroduced a focus on romantic objects in the human form and revived historical and mythological imagery, combined abstract and traditional art forms. Street art included graffiti, which was inscribed on subway walls, under arches, in between buildings, and used as a subtle form of political and social activism, while highlighting issues of crack cocaine usage and the AIDS epidemic as well. Deconstructivism was a form of conventional architecture, and all its qualities of harmony were considered deconstructed to create disproportional developments that challenged laws and beliefs of gravity. Postmodernism was created by artists who criticized the lack of historical developments in the 20th century, and spawned the conceptual brutalism form of architecture seen with the colonial and Victorian styles of housing. It attempted to create a sense of pop art and architecture and mix current architecture with traditional motifs.